Please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NBA Bet. We get a fun one today. Only one game last night, which means we'll talk a little Emirates Cup from Wednesday and for tonight. Who do we got in the chat, though? Who do we got? We got Sneeps up in here. Cooper Flag and Luca will be unstoppable. Yeah, man. What's going on in Dallas? Wet like I'm booked. Best hoops underdog main slate of the season today. I'll agree with you, Wet like I'm booked. And this is how good I feel about it. I'm already 50 in. I was drafting last night. That's how locked in I feel, which will come back and bite me, but I'm into it. We got Smoke Some. Matic Autos live from a charity golf tournament. Love that. And you officially own the best moment on the NBA Top Shot, Luke Cornett. Dude, how about Top Shot, huh? A little fun morning in the community, if you will. A lot of positivity. Love to see it. Actually, you know what? It was so much positivity that maybe we just hit them with a little bit of this. Not the whole thing, but just a little bit of.
Well, the Top Shot streets are a dangerous place, so you better tune in to a credible.
There we go. That's it. That's all we needed. Just a little taste. Just a little taste. All right, we gotta get into some stuff. We're gonna do some winners and some losers of the week. Okay. Let's switch the branding so we can see the old cute ticker. We'll do this right here, and then we'll do this right here, and then bang, there we go. Let's go, winners and losers. So I figure we start with Wednesday's stuff. Wednesday had a couple of fun games. I want to start specifically with the Lakers, who, they beat the Memphis Grizzlies, who are still without most of their guys. But LeBron on a little bit of a heater right now. Clocking in right around the same age as me. We're both turning 40 very soon. LeBron, however, is doing triple doubles on the reg. He's got 3 consecutive trippy dubbies. And this wasn't one of those triple doubles where it was like, 11 points, 12 boards, 13 dimes. Look at this freaking line from this guy. In 37 minutes, knocks down 4 of his 7 threes, only to the line 8 times. And then drops 35 points. I don't know why it's not allowing me to scroll over here. 35 points, 14 dimes, and 12 boards in the win over the Memphis Grizzlies. Just like dominant stuff. Again, anytime we see one of these records where they're like, oh, LeBron James becomes the oldest player. Yeah, like no shit. He's always going to become the oldest player of whatever because he is the oldest player to do this in quite some time. But huge for the LeBron stuff, for the LeBron lovers. Bad news for the haters. AD, another great game at 21-14. They moved to 7-4, just kind of, flirting around with the upper echelon of the West. Little shout out for the Memphis Grizz, and it's Jaren Jackson Jr., who, a lot of people were disappointed on his performance last season. And one of the reasons I was high on him coming in is I was like, well, listen, he's going to have Desmond Bane. He's going to have John Morant back. He's not going to be required to do so much. That has not been the case. He's basically playing with the same roster that he played with last year because Ja and Bane have missed so much time. In this game, though, Triple J goes for 29-7. Just been way more efficient and effective offensively this season than what we saw last season. And hopefully Ja's back in a week or so. Bane, I believe, is questionable tonight. Like, we might get the return of Bane. And then Marcus, my boy's Wicked Smart, was back. He played 23 minutes his first game back after the injury. He dropped 15 and 6 on him. So good stuff from Marcus Smart. But anyways, good win for the Lakers. I figured he'd get a winner of the week for LeBron for just ripping off 3 triple doubles. Let's get another winner. This came in a loss. Karl Anthony Towns has been going crazy. So let's look at the Bulls. And the Knicks. The Bulls now drop below 500. The Knicks, the Bing Bong, drop below 500 at 5-6, while the Bulls jump to 5-7. They win this game. A weird play at the end. Kobe White gets fouled, knocks down 3 free throws, curtains. But dude, look at Cat, man. Cat, 46 and 10 in this game. Just getting absolutely cooked on defense, but is making up for it on the offensive side of things. Look at these numbers to start the year. He's averaging 26 and 12, shooting 53% from the field, 50% from 3, and 82% from the line. But he's that's on volume. He's shooting 50% from 3. I feel like we've done this now with a handful of guys this season where we go and look at their 3-point percentage, and it's like high 40s, low 50s on volume, right? We did it with Buddy Hield, Nikola Jokic, like all that stuff. So just impressive stuff from Cat. However, just coming in loss after loss. And I think the biggest issue for New York moving forward, like, yes, we can be like, oh, it's only 11 games. Everybody relax. But one of the real concerns for New York is they're just not defending anyone. And maybe that just comes with time. Tibbs is like the movie Ghost, and he's just he's a ghost, and it's Clay. I think, well, now it looks like, what am I doing here? What am I doing? And he's going to mold his defense, right? My bigger concern, though, is Mikal Bridges. Like, yes, we were like, hey, Karl Anthony Towns getting torched on defense. But you know what I expect every year? Karl Anthony Towns to get torched on defense. You know what I don't expect is Mikal Bridges to get torched. And that's what's happening. Just getting absolutely smoked. And then again, we pointed this out last time. Look at this bench, man. They got 23 minutes from Deuce McBride. Shout out Deuce. Cam, I faced the wrong way when I take a jump shot. Payne played 17 minutes. And then it's like 9 minutes of Jericho Sims and 5 minutes of Matty Ryan. Like, that's not sustainable. They desperately need Precious Achiuwa back. They desperately need Mitchell Robinson back. And that just shows you how desperate they are, that we're saying those guys are going to help. But we do need to give Cat some love. He's just been an absolute, like, lights out offensive performer right here. So he gets a little bit of a winner. And then we got to go back over to France. Bonjour. Wembanyama, man. Everybody was panicking, okay? People were panicking. Everybody did a hit on the podcast being like, he's taken too many threes. You can't be 7 feet tall and be that far away from the rim. Everybody was freaking out. Fantasy scores were down. SORARE bags were down. Wemby now has strung together a couple of massive performances. This is his first 50-point game, I believe. 50.6 boards, 3 blocks, a steal, 2 dimes. They get a win. Also, we think of the Spurs as just like this ass team, right? They're 500 and in the West. All right, let's look at some of their wins here as they are now 6-6. So they've beaten the Rockets. They've beaten the Jazz. They've beaten the Timberwolves, the Trailblazers, the Light the Beam Kings, and the Wizards. They are now 6-6. They play the Lakers tonight and then the Mavericks tomorrow, who we're going to talk about in a little bit. I just think, I don't think they're good, all right? I'm not out here saying that the Spurs are going to win 45 games. However, though, I think they're, like, starting to figure some stuff out here. They've got, like, enough guys. Like, Vassell's back. He played 25 minutes off the bench. They're still not moving him back into the starting lineup, which is tilting me to no end, but did give him 17. Keldon Johnson's been pretty solid for him. Didn't really do much in that game, just 8-6, but has been good. And then, like, everybody else get to double figures except for CP3, who had 9 and 11. Never forget. But Stephon Castle's been pretty good for them. He had 10 and 5. He had Julian Champagne had 12 points as well. Harry Barnes had 10. I mean, just, I don't know. Wemby stringing together some stuff. Regulators saying the Spurs will make the play-in. I don't have that level of confidence. I don't know, but the West is just all jumbled, like, a couple injuries away, maybe. And then let's give the Wizards a little bit of love, who are 2-8, but like a fun 2-8, right? How about Jordan Poole? Finally got a ceiling game from him. He had 42-6. Bub Carrington, 13-5-5. Sarsgaard, I saw a brutal SARS stat yesterday on X.com, or maybe it was on Blue Sky. Sar is like one of the worst perimeter shooters ever, I think, is what we're seeing right now. It's not good. It's not good right now. However, he keeps shooting them. Like he's one of the, it's like a real Russell Westbrook-esque in the volume of shot taking with the percentage that he has. But whatever, still young guy. This is what you want him doing. And then Bilal Coulibaly, man. Coulibaly has a highlight every single night. This past week or this past game, it was some defensive block where he just it looked like he got beat, and then the recovery with like a left-handed swat. Coulibaly's just out there, man. It's just out there balling. Big Coulibaly fan. And then last but not least, on the winner's side of things, the winner's circle, if you will, Giannis went absolutely bonkers, man. This was a dumb game. It was a dumb refereed game. But then, like, ball don't lie. Ron Holland missed both free throws. I mean, I guess it was a foul, but it was just a dumb way to end a game. I felt really bad for Ron Holland. For those that didn't see it, tie ball game, but like 1.3 seconds left, I think it was. There was an alley-oop essentially thrown from the inbound pass. I think it was Ron Holland goes up for it. Giannis challenges it. Technically, Giannis's hand got to Ron Holland before it got to the ball. I get it. It was just kind of a ticky-tack foul. So Holland goes to the line with a shot to win it in regulation and goes 0 for 2. And I mean, listen, they just like zoomed in on him in between the first and second free throw. And it was like, palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, mom's spaghetti, that stuff, right? It just looked like you knew he was missing that second one. Felt bad for him. Don't like to see the young guy in a situation like that, but whatever. Cade Cunningham, though, 35 and 11. He continues to do Cade Cunningham shit. Malik Beasley's second good shooting night in a row from him. He had 26 and 10. But the story was Giannis, man. 21 for 34 from the field. No Dame in this game, who's still in concussion protocol. He goes for 59 points, 14 boards, 7 dimes, 3 blocks, 2 steals, did a little bit of everything, and then did a weird, like, dick celebration. I don't know how many people saw the dick celebrate. Whoa, dude, Peter Overzet, what is going on? What is 50 gift, dude? There's not even 50 people in the live stream right now, Pete. Everybody's going to get 2 memberships. God. Somebody who just won $20K on Underdog. That's what you saw right there. But I don't know how many people saw the Giannis celebration. Just real, like, I can't tell what it was. I want to see maybe if I can pull it up on X.com. But it was a real, like, I think it wasn't like a suck it. But he was, oh, yeah, here we go. All right, here we go. We'll share screen here with this so we can all look at Giannis. I think just kind of flex an appendage. Also, I do kind of like Boston Bases in here. Boston Base is always somebody that gives memberships, and I like that Pete went in and just said, suck it, man. All right, let's go. Hold on. Let's go. Look at this. Here we go. Ready? Look at this shit. All right, so Giannis is going to knock down a jumper.
You can do, I can do better. Bam. I'm going to knock down a 3. Bucks, 8-point lead here in overtime. Oh, yeah, big fella.
What is that?
In overtime. Oh, yeah, big fella. 8-point lead here in overtime. Oh, yeah, big fella.
Oh, yeah, big fella. What was that? That felt like some real, like, and I don't like how his hand was up here while he was doing it. Maybe it's an elephant trunk, but it also made it seem like something was going in there. I was uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable, but a good performance. And I guess if you drop 59 points, you can do that stuff. Yeah, Boston Base, don't worry, man. You're fine. You're fine. You need to save money anyways for that Brandon Miller rare tier, rare. I almost called it a card. Excuse me, a Top Shot moment. But Giannis just awesome in this game. He's now been like rifling through the last couple of games from a fantasy perspective. I mean, the Bucks are still like, yes, they are now 4-8. They really haven't played anybody or have beaten anybody of note. Again, this is another Pistons game where they lose a close game down the stretch. Bottom line said, I like the no dunk takes, that it was 3 celebrations in one. Yeah, right. What did they say? It was Sam Cassell, Melo too. I forget what the other one was, but yeah, I don't know. All right, let's keep going. Let's do some losers here, and let's go to last night's game. What's going on with the Mavericks, man? We got to start. I'm going to play the Luka drop, but I want everybody to sing it as Luka tragic, not Luka magic. We got to change the words.
Luka magic.
Man, Luka has been a hot. It's not even a hot mess. The 3-point shooting's been bad. He went 4 for 13. I just don't know. Like, listen, you lose to Golden State at Golden State. They're one of the hottest teams in the league right now. I get it. I know Kyrie didn't play last night, but let's look at the minutes logged by the Utah Jazz, who are now 3-8. That was their first home win of the season. John Collins, who's turned into Wilt Chamberlain the last 2 weeks. He had 28 and 9 in this game. Lauri Markkanen played 24 minutes. Kyle, I've been groomed, allegedly. Filipowski played 30 minutes. Sexton played 31. Keontae George played 31. And then it's freaking Drew Eubanks, Johnny Juzang, Isaiah Collier. Like, you can't lose this game, man. You can't. Now, Luka finished with 37, 9, and 7. Congrats to him. Clay has just been a sieve on defense, man. He did it 17 points. Also, did not play down the stretch. You see, he played 28 minutes. There was a big 10-minute chunk where he did not play at all. Wait, Adam Hurley, all caps, said there's a man posing as an NBA player by the name of Gabe Vincent. If you see him, teach him to shoot, pass, and rebound. Adam Hurley, that's how you enter the chat, Adam. That is how you enter the chat. Yeah, Common Man saying tank for flag. I just don't know what's again, I'm not panicking if you're Dallas too much here. I think the Luka 3-point percentage just happened last year too, right? Where he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with his 3 ball, and then all of a sudden it started going down. Najee Marshall has looked nice for Dallas off the bench. I just don't know. We can't be losing games to Utah. You weren't on a back-to-back. No excuses here. I don't think they were on a back-to-back, right? They didn't play because that Clay game was Tuesday, right? Yeah, it was Tuesday. So yeah, they can't be losing shit like this. Derek Lively too only played 17 minutes. Gafford only played 19 minutes. They just couldn't figure out what to do there. They also started Maxi Kleber at the 4, which I thought was kind of interesting. They decided to go big here. It's not a finished product, but I am a little bit nervous here about Dallas. I am a little bit nervous. Let's go back to the scores on Wednesday with some of the stuff that we missed. Tyrese Halliburton, what's going on, baby? What's going on with Hallie? Finished the game with 9 points and 11 dimes. 9-11, never forget. I just he's 3 for 14, 2 for 8 from the field. I don't know, BetterHelp.com. You're gonna go talk to somebody, work through this, because I don't understand how this unless he's hurt, unless he's playing through an injury that we are not aware of. Maybe they're taking the Nick Nurse and Philadelphia 76ers approach by just not saying anything. Maybe that's what's going on. But something looks off in his game right now. A couple of times in transition, he's not looking comfy. It's a little off. Siakam and Turner have been fine. Benedict Mathurin has really been the standout here. He had another double-double in this game in 23 and 12. But on the season now, he's strung together a handful of games. He's averaging 19 and 6 this season. And that's just a good boost for Indiana, who absolutely needs it. Because if you're not going to get Hallie points or offense, and I know he's still getting double-digit dimes, and it's all right, relax. But it is a little concerning. They dropped to 5 and 6, and the Magic, after stumbling for a little bit after losing Paolo, have now kind of figured it out a little bit. And really, it's behind Franz Wagner, who's turned into just an offensive efficient machine. Dropped 29 in this game. I guess he wasn't super efficient, 9 for 24, but getting to the line. And then the defense it's continuing, right? So let's see. Magic, I believe, have taken it to the Pelicans. The Pelicans and the Pacers in the last couple of games. Let me just see if I missed anything else. Yeah, okay, so they've ripped off 4 in a row. Pelicans, Wizards, Hornets, and Pacers. So maybe we shouldn't write home yet. They play the 76ers tonight, which will be an interesting challenge for them because Joel Embiid is back. Paul George should be playing in this game. And then, I guess I should have put this in the winners column, which although technically I didn't change the ticker yet, so maybe it is, but let me change that so homie Spumoni doesn't yell at me. Jared McCain. What the hell? Jared McCain was incredible. There was a time in that underdog slate or fantasy slate on Wednesday night before Giannis and Wemby had reached what their ceiling was. McCain was the highest scoring fantasy play for most of the night. He was awesome. And if this might be one of the benefits of Philly being so shorthanded early on in this season, is that if they're able to play McCain into some regular minutes here, you start thinking about what that starting 5 looks like later in the season when the games start to matter a little bit more. If they're able, and I don't know what this would do defensively for him, but McCain honestly looks a little bit bigger than I thought he did. Pause. But if you have McCain and Maxey in your backcourt, and then you have Embiid, Paul George, and then you can just kind of whoever the hot hand is, whether it's Kelly Oubre, whatever wing you want to throw out there. Also, Philly has assets. They can, or Caleb Martin, excuse me, they can actually make a move as well to go get another player to fit in there. So this is kind of like the Memphis Grizzlies, Gigi Jackson, Vince Jackson thing, where like due to these injuries, maybe they actually stumble into something that can really help them in a playoff run. I still don't like, we still need to see Embiid do some shit, and I don't want to overreact too much from just that one game where he looked really bad against New York. He looked like me, trying to run after being hungover. Also, Tesla, yeah, you got to eat crow. You got to eat crow for now. Tesla famously keeps making fun of everybody for liking McCain, and you look like a genius for a week, and then all of a sudden he went nuts. You just want to see how he adjusts when people start game planning. Yeah. But I do think like for him to do that as the number one option in that game, where if he's out there and your game play, like, are you game planning for McCain when you have Embiid, Maxey, and Paul George out there? You know what I mean? Like if that shot's falling, he should be open. Anyways, let's find some more losers. We started with Halliburton. Let's go back over to some losers here from Wednesday night. We mentioned the Knicks defense is a loser. Also, Cavs. I didn't put the Cavs in there. They're 13-0 right now. Just like really, really good stuff from them. This is the loser we need to talk about. All right. And guys, listen, I know I made this joke on social media, so forgive me for doing it again. But I don't know how many people saw Rudy Gobert saying like, let's go Robert F. Kennedy Jr., which there is like 2% of me that wants to believe that Rudy Gobert is not an RFK Jr. fan, but was like, you know what would be funny? The guy who made fun of COVID touched all the microphones and then the league shut down. It would be funny if he was like, this would be a good joke to say that I like RFK Jr. But Rudy Gobert has the personality of escargot. How about that for some fucking French for you this morning? So I don't think that's the case. The Minnesota Timberwolves lost back-to-back games to, speaking of Peter Overzet, Peter Overzet's, was it uncle, cousin, who is the GM of the Portland Trailblazers. That's not even a bit. They lose to the Blazers twice. How? Portland sucks. They're just so bad, man. Like, look at this team. Toumani Camara. And in the second game, the Trailblazers were without not only DeAndre Ayton, but also the Time Lord, which means Donovan Clingan played 31 minutes. Shaedon Sharp's back. That's pretty fun. They were without Anthony Simons. Like, Jeremy Grant only gave him 8 points. Like, how do you get cooked like this? Anthony Edwards went 0 for 9 from 3 in the second game. Still finished with 24 points. You got 12 and 10 from Rudy, which is what he does every single game. You got 7 from McDaniels, 20 and 10 from Randall. I just like, how do you lose this game, man? And it was back-to-back nights. They got kind of beat up by the bigs, like 17 and 12 for Clingan. The night before, it was Time Lord just going absolutely off. Just like crazy stuff from Minnesota. And they're now 6-6. And I mean, like, listen, it's still so early. I'm sure they figured out. Same thing with the Knicks, right? They're like, wow, it's a new team. But like, look at the standings right now. Look at these standings right now. So you got OKC still 10-2. The Warriors, who I have to continue to take an L on, they're 9-2. The Suns are 9-2. You got the Denver Nuggets behind Nikola Jokic, who's been insane. Nuggets, who haven't played a game since I think Saturday. Also, there's some, you want to talk a little fantasy edge tonight here? I'm going to go out on a limb and say Jokic isn't playing tonight. So if you are doing some drafting or if you are doing some SORARE, he was listed as questionable last night, pretty late with a personal tag. And if it was, an illness or an actual injury, I would say like, oh, let's wait and see. Let's wait for shoot around. However, the personal thing makes me think he's not playing tonight. So that could really impact some stuff. It also gives a nice little boosty boost to Jamal Murray, I think. And then, oh my God, is it Zeke Najee season? I hope not. That's a tough one to swallow, but Zeke might be out there balling. Is Jokic stuck in Serbia? Did he go to Serbia? But anyways, yeah, that's something to pay attention to tonight as you're building your SORARE teams and all of that stuff. But yeah, we looking around, man. I like this. The West is just so fascinating. Houston now winners of 3 in a row. Denver, we mentioned, they've won 5 in a row. And then the Lakers now, after going 1-3 on that road trip, they've ripped off 3 in a row, and they're in the top 6. And then you have the Grizzlies, who just dropped 1. The Kings, man, who they kind of look funky right now. They're without DeRozan tonight, so we'll be curious to see how they attack stuff. They're almost everybody's playing tonight, by the way. They've got a lot of games. And then we mentioned the Spurs, but you look at the bottom half, Pelicans just ravaged by injuries. They're 3-9. Jazz are 3-8. Blazers are 5-8, sure. But then you get the Mavericks and the Timberwolves down there. And then on the east side of things, you still have the Bucks and the Sixers on the wrong end of the bracket. Sixers, we mentioned now 2-9 down there with the North 2-10 Raptors and the Washington Wizards, who are 2-8. But the top, man, Cleveland 13-0. When will they lose? Who knows? Celtics are 10-3, and then the Magic, the only other team 500 or better. After that, it's just garbage. Knicks are 5-6, Pacers 5-6, Chicago Bulls been like feisty at 5-7, Hawks, Nets both 5-7. Hashtag Heat culture. And then guess what? Matty Harrison, if you're in the chat right now, if the season ended today, you know who's in the play-in?
Detroit basketball. Detroit basketball.
There we go. Some Detroit love here. Let's go over. Let's see what we got for cup action tonight. Which that sounds like a treatment. It would be kind of fun if all the NBA players, what's that cup? Is it just called cup treatment? If they all had to come with those like fun bruises. I know Aaron Gordon always has them. We should do that like as a team building activity. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Matty Harrison in the chat. All right, let's keep going. Let's look at some of the games. So look at all these freaking games tonight. So we got Miami at Indiana. Tyler Hero, listen, Tyler Hero should go off tonight. So, Stan, your team might lose, but Hero should cook against Indiana. No Jimmy Butler again. Bam Adebayo, once again, will project like a superstar and then disappoint me greatly. Philly against Orlando. Orlando at home, unbeaten so far. They're actually favored by 2.5. Wow. They're favored by 2.5 with Embiid and Paul George good to go, with Orlando without Paolo. Wow. Detroit at Toronto, which is going to be a gross game probably, but good for fantasy purposes. Look at that 1.5 point line, 224. Love to see that. Wizards against Atlanta, same thing. Look at those dog shit teams fighting it out. Cleveland and Chicago. For the ESPN, Brooklyn and New York. Oh, the subway, the battle of the subway. Barclays against James Dolan. Knicks favored by 9.5, so maybe they think Cat plays. I don't think he's playing, but Spurs against the Lakers here. That'll actually be kind of fun. Wemby against Anthony Davis. Clippers and Rockets. I feel like they played 45 times already this season. And then you got Denver at New Orleans. So this is why I'm saying Denver's favored by 4.5. If Jokic was playing, they'd be favored by like 25, right? Wouldn't they be playing? Wouldn't they be favored by so much? And then we've got Phoenix at OKC, Memphis at Golden State. And then Minnesota at Sacramento. And this will be a good test for Minnesota. Like, you've just dropped 2 games in a row. You seem to be lost in the wilderness right now. And they need, Nick. Oh, breaking news. It's Cat's birthday. What's his Q tag? Is his Q tag birthday-itis? Man, all right, Nick. Maybe that moves the needle for me. Maybe I gotta tell you, Nick, I decided today was the day. Today was the day that Brunson bounced back. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's actually Cat Day. Although it would be very Karl-Anthony Towns for him to cook on every day but his birthday. So anyways, that's the action we got we're looking at tonight. I don't know if Sneeps and Weisberg are going to be live over on playback tonight. But I should take a minute here to tell you, if you are what we got going on the rest of the day, if you are over on our Elite Fantasy Hoop side of things, if you're a member over there, we'll have a members-only stream midday. Then we have Live Before Lock tonight with our guy Worldwide Rob Perez. That'll be I'll be going live at 5 p.m. Eastern. Rob is going to be joining us at 6:15 along with Matt Sponauer. He'll be joining us as well. The TikTok god, Matt Sponauer. I'm probably pronouncing his name incorrectly, so I apologize, Matt. But they'll be jumping on at 6:15. I think we're giving away some rare tier cards, maybe some NBA tickets as well. And then we're going to do Live After Dark again tonight at 7 o'clock. But instead of it being completely members only, we'll allow anybody to watch it, but only members can get involved in the chat. So you can only be the ones that qualify for the giveaway. So there's that. But that's what we got going on the rest of the day. So that'll be fun. DJP said you got your rewards on So Rare. Hey, dude, don't hate on Dyson Daniels, man. Dyson Daniels has been fucking balling. But I get it. I get what you're saying. That does suck. All right, let's see. I said I don't have anything for segment 4. What do you guys want to get into today? I'll show you. I made a couple moves on the So Rare streets. Started putting some lineups together today, so I can show you guys some of that if you're interested. So the current focus right now is on the Emirates Cup, although Tesla made fun of the way that I pronounce that. So is it Emirates? Emirates? But this is what I'm rolling out right now. Jordan McLaughlin. I got the bald king right here. And that's a little scary, but he played a lot of minutes with Monk being out. Now DeRozan out. I don't know. He's got a cap of 2, whatever. It allows me to fit in Jalen Brunson, De'Aaron Fox, Jalen Johnson, and Anthony Davis. The other option I had was to go Jalen Noel. Basically, I would go Jalen Noel and I forget what it was. I don't know. We'll look at it later. And then I threw this in my rare champion. We got Giannis, Booker, Cade Cunningham, Nemias Queta, and Goga. So we'll, I don't know. We'll wait and see. I'm sure I'll change this like 3 or 4 times, but that's what I'm rolling out there as of now. And then I'll show you guys what I've been doing over on Underdog. I don't know if you're interested, but I'll show you some Underdog, and we can figure out a pick 'em. Yeah, people are saying So Rare rewards just dropped. I didn't actually play in the week-long stuff. I just did the daily this week, so I didn't gain more rewards. But so this is what I've been doing. I've done 50 drafts already, like I said, and here's my exposure. So I basically moved Nikola Jokic down to like ranks 10, to like rank 10. I moved him all the way down. Wait, I forget. No, you had it right. Every other. Oh, that's cool. That's great news, Tesla. I just assumed you were making fun of me. But anyways, for my projections, for my ownership so far. Again, I got a long way to go, but we got a lot of Jamal Murray and Brandon Ingram. And the thought process here was with no Nikola Jokic, maybe this game stays a little bit closer. And that means Jamal Murray would get a boost, obviously, because of all that usage that's gone. And then also maybe Brandon Ingram. Maybe Brandon Ingram gets a little bit of a boost because they don't get the doors blown off of them. So I kind of liked boosting those together. I did the same thing where I boosted Karl-Anthony Towns down and Jalen Brunson up. Also, Jalen Williams playing center for the Oklahoma City Thunder is pretty nuts, man. He's been good. Wait, Marco said you want to Reed Shepherd limited in boxes. Yeah, Reed Shepherd, it will, like years from now, we might look back at this and be like, oh, he's probably the best rookie from this class. Houston's very excited about him. The problem with him, like short term, is that Houston just has such a deep rotation of guys that even when they're shorthanded, Reed barely gets run. So they've got like Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Fred VanVleet, Amon Thompson. Like they just have a lot of guards. So I think in the future that'll be good. But anyways, yeah, we get some RJ Barrett tonight. A lot of Wembanyama, and part of that is because we have Wemby ranked 1. Although now ADP has caught up a little bit. But yeah, I boosted. I got probably going to move Karl-Anthony Towns back up a little bit because now I'm nervous he's not gonna sit. I mean that he's not gonna sit because it's his birthday, right? And I don't think I have any. Oh, I've got some Towns. That's actually better than I thought it was. But we don't have any Jokic, I don't think, right? Yeah, no Jokic. So that's what we're looking at tonight. Let's build a pick'em. What do you guys have for some pick'ems tonight? Holy shit, Mike Tyson. I forgot that's happening. I got to tell you guys, the Tyson Jake Paul thing bums me out because Tyson's like got an AARP card, right? And nobody wants Jake Paul to win, right? But he's probably going to win because he's fighting like a old person. Like he was a retired boxer when The Hangover came out. You know what I'm saying? That was forever ago. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. And he slapped him in the thing. Like, what are we doing? I don't like that this is a thing. I don't like that it's a thing. It's bumming me out. Maybe I should be more bummed out about other things that are going on, both domestic and internationally. But this is up there. This is up there. You know what we got to give some love to? So you guys want the Onion buying InfoWars made me happy yesterday. I was a big Onion fan for a long time, and I feel like I haven't seen them cooking lately. And it was good to see they still had their fastball. Buying InfoWars is one of the funniest things that's happened this year. It was really, really good stuff. It was just like perfect, and their statement was perfect. Everything about it. Just good to see the Onion still got it, you know? It's like Roger Clemens getting signed by a team in like August to just pitch in the World Series. That's what that felt like. Shut out the onion. All right, let's build a pick'em tonight. Let's see. I bet they don't have anything for the Denver Nuggets, right? They probably don't have any. Oh, they have Jamal Murray. I'm going to go Jamal Murray over 20.5 points. They have Jokic lines. Interesting. I don't know. Let's do it. I think we go over on points for Jamal Murray. Actually, can we? Oh, we can't move the line, though. Can't move any of these. Okay. 20, and let's do 23.5. Let's start with this. I don't know if you guys hate it, but let's start with this. I want to find a 5-legger today, too. All right. I'm going to see if I can. Let's see what else we got. Also, Common Man probably stopped watching because he's upset that his Mavericks lost, and I understand. But he's usually locked in, so we need some picks from the Common Man here. Let me see what else I can find. Let's see if my sources, if I have any good sources here that have any lines. Let's see. Anything else? All right, yeah. Jamal Murray over assists. Somebody likes Nurk over assists. Okay, that's a fun one. Nurk over 3.5 assists. Let's see what the Nurkic, the Bosnian Beast, has. How many assists does he have? Let's see. Oh, no assists listed. Come on, bro. Oh no, 1.5. Wait, can we move that? And they won't let us move that line. Come on. All right, let's just take over 1 assist in the first quarter. Let's do that. When betting free week sponsored by BetterHelp. Yeah, dude, once they slide into the DMs, man. Although BetterHelp has the name right in the title, man. They've got bet in the title, so I don't know. I think we go the other way. I think the betting aggressive week should be sponsored by BetterHelp. Actually, they should be another company that's called BetterHelp, and it's just a women-led company, on like betting. That'd be a fun bit. We'll workshop that. All right, Wemby. Let's see what Wemby's got. How many threes? 2.5 3-pointers? Yeah, let's go over. Let's actually boost that up. Let's make that 3. What's 3.5? 1.25x? Hell yeah. Let's ride, baby. All right, we need one more. We need to do a 5-man. Let's see. We need to do a 5-man. Halliburton, 18.5 points is gross. Tyler Hero, 25.5. Wow. Benny Mathurin, 21.5. I don't really like any of those. Franzi at 26.5. No. Don't really love this game. Detroit at Toronto. Cade Cunningham. I mean, let's just. What's Cade's 7? Oh, do we go back to the Cade triple double, guys? The Cade triple double. Do we bite again? 7.58x. I can't. Let's. All right. Somebody said R.J. Barrett boards. He hasn't been rebounding well though. He's been kind of weird lately. Although no, I take the L there. 7.76 in Detroit. All right, let's do it. Let's box score hunt the 5.5. All right. 10 to win 270. Let's ride, baby. I'll share a link in the chat right now. Also, I think I forgot to move the ticker. Anything else you guys want to talk about? The Top Shot thing was pretty funny today. I think anytime Boston base gets mad, it's pretty good. We can go over to x.com. Let's go see what Boston base is tweeting about. Let's go check his timeline. But, every once in a while, it's good to just make sure that stuff at Top Shot is still angry, and it is. It's still angry. Let's see what today's anger is. That does kind of look like Boston base right there. But all right, here it goes. So the second Brandon Miller in 2 weeks is being minted. So that's fun. And then Boston Base quote tweeted saying, "Who is making these awful decisions at NBA Top Shot? Do they completely ignore our feedback?" But here's where it's good. Is it 3 guys working remote on laptops? I like that. And then also tagged Brandon in the replies. Just really good stuff from Boston Base. I love it. Oh, wait, he got a response from Top Shot. The timing isn't ideal, and they're discussing it internally. However, it doesn't impact his total rares this year. That's funny. Did they DM you? Also, man, look at this. Again, look at that high T, baby. More. Yeah, look at the fucking pimples, baby. Let's go. We're back. We're still a teen. What's everybody getting into this weekend here as we start to wrap up? You guys have plans? You guys over on Mastodon, or what are the other sites? I mean, I joke, but I did re-up my Blue Sky account. We're cooking over on Blue Sky now. DJP's working this weekend. All right. I got a friend's birthday on Saturday. That's the extent of it, though. We got I think a light weekend. Also, I've just been getting just smoked in the football streets, so I think I'm going to relax in football unless we have a big basketball night tonight. You're worshiping your Luke Cornett. Sneeps, how'd you get it? How'd you get it? VIP's not getting ignored. We're ready to moon. Wait, what happened? Oh, your Top Shot VIPs. Your kids are at home today because our daycare is a disaster. Oh, wow. Costco and a hot pot party tonight. There you go, man. Saturday matinee. Do we have early basketball games on Saturday? I didn't even look at the Saturday schedule. Oh, yeah. 3 p.m. Milwaukee at Buzz City. Another huge Giannis night. Get ready. Giannis is going to have 18 rebounds probably. And then we got Toronto at Boston. And then it's kind of a small slate on Saturday after that. Only 4 games in the evening. And then Sunday, another big Sunday game. Sunday day. We have Minnesota and Phoenix in the afternoon, Indiana and Miami in the afternoon, and then a bunch of games at 6 o'clock. None of which look fun. Washington, Detroit, Brooklyn, and New York play each other again. Dallas at OKC. That'll be kind of fun. That's what we got. Wait, Europe games? Or when's the Europe games happening? Or do you just mean footy? Do you mean football? It was gifted to me by a super. Who gifted you? That's nice. Somebody gifted you the number 1? That's nice, Sneeps, man. That's good. You know what? We can poke around. Let's see how our let's look at some best ball stuff. And then we'll wrap up. Oh, you mean I got you. Let's go over here again. Let me actually change the branding thing over here. Wait, what happened to StreamYard? Okay. Let me change this so it doesn't look crazy. There we go. Let's go look at some NBA best ball. Not the NFL. Let's not look at NFL. Ugh, gross. Let's see. This one's close. I'm only winning by 8 points. But Cade Cunningham been an absolute revelation here as we look at week 4 specifically. At 110 points already. We got 2 days left in this week. 110 from him. We got some Cam, some Schroeder, some Simmons, some Reeves. But just decimated in the wing position. We got freaking Tumani Kamara and Trace Jackson Davis carrying the torch. We're probably going to lose first place in that one this week because our wings are just so crushed. But here's another one. A lot of Harden and Cade. That's a good one. Kawhi still hasn't played yet. Man, I feel like we haven't even gotten an update on Kawhi lately. Isn't that nuts? Just like mums the world. Wildest underdog. Yeah, let's go look at this. So the one that I'm a little overweight on right now is, and this isn't a wild one, but I've been taking a lot of Mikal Bridges. And that was with the thesis that Karl Anthony Towns sits. And I just feel like somebody else is going to have to do some more stuff. Oh, J-Raj says, big thanks whoever gifted me the membership. Oh, hell yeah, man. Good to see you, J-Raj. That was our guy, Peter Overzet, who just came into the chat and dropped a bag on us. He gave out 50 of them. That's psycho. Also, Jared Allen not getting drafted against Chicago, which, again, we've talked about Chicago being a fast-paced team. Also, I wonder, let me actually look up the last time Chicago played Cleveland. And I know we shouldn't just go by box scores, but just, for some, didn't they play recently? Yeah, so the Cavs won that game 119-113. Let's look at the box score of this one. In that game, Donovan went for 36 and 8. Allen only played 26 minutes. Was this the game he left early? He had 9 and 5 in that game. He might have left early in that one, but I think Jared Allen's kind of intriguing in that matchup. Also, if we do think Jamal Murray, if we do think what's his name sits, Nikola Jokic, I think Michael Porter Jr. gets a little bit of a boost. I mean, he's getting drafted, so that's not too crazy. But let's go look at some other. Let's go scroll. I think I don't really trust the Jared McCain stuff as much. I think like that. I kind of want to see him play with Joel Embiid and Paul George before I start clicking him, just to see what that looks like. He might be somebody we target every time Embiid and Paul George sit on back-to-backs. Yeah, Grady Dick, man. Grady Dick coming off a 42-point performance. No Emmanuel quickly, right? He's going to play 35 minutes in a fast-paced environment against the Detroit Pistons, I think you could make a case for Grady. The problem you run into with Grady is his upside's a little bit limited if he doesn't score 30 actual points, right? Very rarely is he racking up steals, rebounds, assists, blocks. But I think you could take a shot at Grady Dick. Jalen Green just kind of at a point where he's not getting drafted. So is Norm Powell. I think that's probably a little thin here. Kobe White has that ceiling. What did he do against Cleveland? He dropped 47 against Cleveland. He's not getting drafted at all. Austin Reeves has been playing pretty good. Kuzma seems to be on a minute restriction here. Washington's really leaning into the youth there, so I'm probably staying away from Kuz till we see it. Same thing I said about Mikal Bridges, you could say about OG Anunoby, right? Jalen Duren against Toronto should be okay, but it's probably too thin. Well, here's some guys that aren't getting drafted. Fred VanVleet, Cam Thomas, Josh Giddey, who's been a little bit disappointing the last couple of weeks. Terry Rozier is somebody and Jalen Suggs, both of them are going to project well. They're not getting drafted right now. And then Brandon Boston Jr. has like crazy upside if that game stays close. We've seen him go for 43 and 38. Denver's going to be focusing on Brandon Ingram, right? So I think you could take a shot on those guys. USA did beat Jamaica. Yeah, I saw a little bit of that. All right. Whew. Let's call it there. 45 minutes. 45 minutes. We got a big day today, okay? So if you're a member on Elite Fantasy Hoops, go check that out in probably around noon. We'll build out some ranks a little bit. And then 5 o'clock live before lock. That'll go for 2 hours. Then we'll have live after dark, which, again, I think is going to be open to the public. But, however, you only qualify for the giveaway if you are a member. So there you go. That's it. That's the juice today, baby. It's a big hoops day, cup day, man. Hashtag cup check. You know what I'm saying? Mitch cup check, if you will. All right, we got to get out of here. It was a terrible joke. Have a good weekend, y'all.